Imagine a life where mistakes don't hold you back, where every stumble becomes a stepping stone, and where your failures are the footnotes in the story of your success. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, what if I told you that the single greatest barrier to your success isn't your mistakes? Your fear of owning them. Think about it. How many times have you hidden the truth? Not because the mistake was catastrophic, but because you were terrified of the fallout. We live in a world where accountability feels like an endangered species, where Don T tell mom and dad and they 1T notice have become survival strategies. But here's the truth. Secrets don't just stay buried. They weigh you down, eat away at your peace, and slowly erode your confidence. And the longer you hide them, the heavier they become. You see, we all make mistakes. It's part of being human. Sometimes they're small, sometimes they're big, and sometimes they feel colossal. But here's the thing, mistakes aren't the problem. What we do with them, that's where the real story lies. Trouble starts when we let fear dictate our response. Fear of losing face, fear of disappointing others, or fear of missing out on something better. These fears can be paralyzing, convincing us that silence is the safest option. Well, let me ask you this. Does silence really help? Does staying quiet erase the mistake or heal the hurt? Or does it just leave us with the burden of keeping secrets? We often convince ourselves that nobody has to know, that the world will keep spinning without ever finding out. No. But here's what we forget. While we might be able to keep a secret for a while, we can't keep it forever. Secrets have a way of catching up with us. The mental load of hiding, the stress of keeping up the charade, it takes a toll on our mental health and our overall well-being. And the longer we keep secrets, the more they start to define us. Instead of being defined by our values, our strengths, and our dreams, we become known for what we're hiding. That's why owning your mistakes, acknowledging them, and taking responsibility is crucial. It allows you to move forward without that heavy backpack of secrets weighing you down. So what's the solution? How do we break free from the cycle of fear and secrecy? Well, it starts with understanding that mistakes are just that, mistakes. They're not the end of your story. They're not a reflection of your worth. They certainly aren't an excuse to hide in the shadows. Instead, we need to learn how to embrace them, how to learn from them, and how to move forward with them in a healthy way. It's easy to get lost in the maze of self-blame and regret. After all, we live in a world where everything we do is constantly scrutinized. Social media amplifies this pressure. Every post, every comment, every interaction becomes a potential misstep, waiting to be judged. It's enough to make anyone want to shrink into the background. But here's the truth, that's not what success is about. Success isn't about never falling, but about getting back up every time you do. It's not about living in fear of making mistakes, but about embracing them as learning opportunities. Remember, you're not alone on this journey. Everyone stumbles, everyone falls. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is how they respond to their mistakes. So what's the best way to deal with them? Well, it starts with acknowledgement. Don't try to sweep your mistakes under the rug. Don't let them fester and grow into bigger problems. Instead, confront them head-on. Take responsibility for your actions and own them. It's not easy, but it's essential. Once you've acknowledged your mistake, it's time to learn from it. Ask yourself some tough questions. Why did you do what you did? What part of you was fulfilled by that moment? What needs of yours were met by lying? Understanding the root cause of your behavior will help you prevent it from happening again. Remember, mistakes aren't bad. They're just feedback. They're telling you something about yourself, about your values, your boundaries, or your triggers. Listen to what they're saying and adjust your course accordingly. But what about the consequences of your actions? What if your mistake has hurt someone else? In those cases, it's crucial to take things one step further. Apologize sincerely. Make amends if you can, and be willing to forgive yourself. This part is especially hard. We tend to be our own worst critic, but it's important to remember that you're human. Everyone makes mistakes, and you're doing the best you can with what you have at the time. Practice self-compassion, and know that you're allowed to mess up. Now, I know all this might sound easier said than done. Acknowledging your mistakes is one thing, but actually taking these steps is another. Fear can be a powerful motivator, making it difficult to confront our own wrongdoings. But here's the thing, we all have a choice. We can choose to let fear control us, or we can choose to rise above it. It's not always easy, but the rewards of doing so are immeasurable. When you acknowledge your mistakes and work to correct them, you'll experience a sense of relief. You'll feel lighter and freer because you're no longer carrying the weight of your secrets. And that, my friend, is a game changer. It's not just about feeling better either. Owning your mistakes can lead to personal growth and self-improvement. By understanding why you did what you did, you can change your behavior and become a better version of yourself. You can use your mistakes as stepping stones towards success, learning from each misstep and growing stronger. So here's the bottom line. Don't let fear hold you back. Embrace your mistakes, learn from them, and keep moving forward. Your future self will thank you for it. Imagine a world where everyone embraced their mistakes and used them to fuel their growth. What a powerful force for change we could become. We can inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect that spreads positivity and resilience. Here's the thing. We all make mistakes. It's just part of the human experience. But it's not the mistakes that define us. It's our response to them. Do we let fear control us and our mistakes define our identity? Or do we take ownership, learn from them, and let them define our growth? The choice, my friends, is entirely ours. The road ahead might seem daunting, filled with uncertainties and potential missteps. But remember, you're not alone. We're all in this together. We all stumble, we all fall, but it's up to us to decide how we respond. And if you're ready to take that leap of faith, if you're ready to embrace your mistakes and turn them into stepping stones, then don't just dream it, live it. Be bold, be courageous, and be authentic. The world needs your unique voice. It needs your contributions. Don't let fear keep you from sharing them. So go out there, take risks, and embrace the journey. Because remember, mistakes aren't the enemy. They're the architects of your growth. They shape you, mold you, and prepare you for the extraordinary things that lie ahead. If this message resonated with you, if you believe it's time to rewrite the narrative on mistakes and turn them into triumphs, then don't just agree, take action. Share this with someone who needs to hear it, someone who's struggling with their mistakes or hiding their secrets. Together, we can create a community of support and growth. And if you want more content that challenges, inspires, and equips you to embrace your mistakes and own them, then subscribe, like, and share this video. Let's spread this message together.